Hi guys, I hope you have a nice day and I'm glad you're here with me. I will tell you my opinion about the game Slime Rancher 2, which I played the other day. Let's go! I've always had a soft spot for cute farm management experiences, so I couldn't miss this game. It's a slimy good time for any players who take the trip. In this sequel, players once again take on the role of Beatrix LeBeau, who has been hard at work raising slimes on the ranch. One day, as she is taking a break on the docks, a mysterious ship with nothing but a letter inside approaches her, inviting her to explore a brand new region nice at Rainbow Island. Beatrix accepts the offer in heartbeat and sets off a new adventure. It's also here that game fully starts by letting you explore your new home, the observatory. I like the range. This is an enclosed space with a roof, walls, and a massive tree growing in the center. It's definitely much prettier than the previous base, but functionally it behaves the exact same way. It's a place for you to tame slimes, grow food, and earn money. Rainbow Island itself, however, is much bigger than the map on the first game, and it's actually much denser as well. Each location has multiple different paths to wander off in, and you are always rewarded with a new sight to see or puzzle to solve. It was much easier to get lost in this game world than in that of its predecessor. If you enjoy that look of catching slimes, feeding them, and selling their plots to make money, then you're absolutely gonna love Slime Rancher 2. This sequel does very little to change up the already established formula, and I don't think fans wanted anything else either. It's true. It's more or less the same game but with greater variety, a newer map, and some basic quality of life improvements. What else we need? The world of Slime Ranch is home to species of creatures known as slimes, which are exactly what they sound like. Small, gelatinous blobs that come as many different varieties that each has their own unique appearances, behaviors, and dietary needs. And when these creatures eat something, they create a resource known as plots. Plots, which can then be sold for money. To state there are different kinds of slimes. Each slime provides different plots and can improve your farm or gear in a different way. But every little guy likes different foods. This is where gardening becomes important. Raise food out in the field and you can suck it up and bring it back to your slimes. But that's a time-consuming process. You can't explore much if you're also looking for carrots, water lettuce, and hens. The main enemy of Slime Rancher, tar slimes, also make a return, and thankfully they're more cruel and intimidating than ever before. Previously, this mob of overfed and corrupted slimes were fairly uncommon and easily handled danger. But now they are all over the place, spread almost instantly, and can become a serious problem if they are let loose in your farm. As a rancher, you can catch the slimes and then deposit them in corrals back at the observatory. But you also have to feed them the correct type of food that they require regularly, lest they get upset and attempt to break out of their pens. That's the basic gist of it all. Catch slimes, put them in corrals, and then use their purge to earn cash. But the game has slightly more depth than that, and it had added a handful of new slimes, food, and other resources to sequel. Rainbow Island is also absolutely littered with multiple different types of resources like minerals, oils, and games. You can deposit both the resources and plots onto the refinery in the observatory basement and use them together with your money to purchase upgrades for Beatrix. It's also worth pointing out that you're not in a rush as the game has no time constraints. You don't need to work toward on any one particular objective at any time. Over time you'll fill in more of your map, searching far, wide, high, and low to find every slime. and there are a lot of them. There are more than 20 slimes in total, including 5 that didn't appear in the first game. It's incredibly satisfying to venture out into the world and come back with rare materials, slimes, and food items. This adventure game as much as it farming simulator, and you are constantly rewarded for going out of your way to explore every nook and cranny of the world. The map is massive right now. Right off the bat, Slime Rancher 2 is much prettier than its predecessor, and I'm talking in terms of both the art direction and the graphics themselves. The way the clouds move across the sky and how it changes from day and night. The light and dark artistic is so subtle, so beautifully done, and it enriches the game wonderfully. The different arrays of the map are also much more open now, with multiple different side arrays and hidden entrances. The returning slimes are still great, and the new additions are also super adorable. Peaceful, relaxing, and intense are words I'd used to describe Slime Rancher 2's music. The sound effects are delightful. The slimes look as silly when you land them into walls or into each other, and the splat sound whenever slimes collide with hard surfaces is everything. Whether you play Slime Ranch 2 for weeks or for years, you'll never grow tired of hearing the bleeps, plops, bloops, plops, and spots. However, being early access, this course is not without its faults. The biggest and most glaring at the moment is there are very few money sinks. The second is that some food items are still unfeasible to grow in large quantities. Third is that all the convenience stage, teleports, warp depots, etc. takes a ton of grinding because they all require diamonds. So it just feels like a green feast if you want to actually do stuff. If you're considering buying this because you love the original Slime Rancher, I'd advise against it. The game itself is good and captures the feeling of the original game. However, in terms of content, it's still far behind its predecessor. If you want a more complex experience, give it another year or so and wait for more content updates. That said, for all 20 hours I have played the game, I have had a lot of fun. So overall, it's such a soothing, calming, relaxing experience, thought. You don't feel stressed out and concerned about how things progress. Slime Rancher 2 should appeal to both returning fans and those getting into the series for the first time. It features all of the same ranching mechanics we fell in love with, but with some much-needed quality of life improvements. That's all. Thanks for listening to the end. If you like this video, please remember to leave a like and comment. I will appreciate it a lot. Bye bye.